Baylor McCallie rivalry, which is probably one of the craziest stories that most Canadians this side of the border don't know about. Over a century old, the Cross-River Rivalry dating back to 1908. And anyone who spends 5 minutes researching this Tennessee high school rivalry would find out that both teams boast a lot of Canadian talent. What makes those two programs such a great landing spot for Canadian players?
When Shekai got to Baylor, it was reported that just in McCallie alone, they had at least 13 Quebecers. The thing that makes them ideal spot is, number one, based on their track record and experience in making sure that they know how to provide hosting as for academic purposes in terms of transferring the reality of someone who probably studied in the French sector and to make it easier to transition in the English sector. Sometimes you have classes of 15 students. Sometimes you can have a class of 5 students. Maybe you're talented, but you struggled academically, and they're giving you an opportunity. How much more personalized can the intervention as a student can be to help you succeed and meet your NCAA eligibility requirements now? In the morning, you train, you do film, and then you have your classes. Then after that, in the afternoon, you have other, like in the off season, of course, it's more training, or in this season, it's going to be like practice, film, whatnot. And in the evening, but you still have to finish strong with your study hall. Mandatory to make sure you focus on what you think the things you need to catch up, especially in, let's say, a state like Tennessee or even a Raven Gap in Georgia, because they're such in great recruiting areas. In the off season or even during the season, coaches flock to these schools compared to in Quebec, even in Ontario. How many coaches from the NCAA will cross the borders just to see high school games during the season? Once in a blue moon, unless Jesse Lumsden is resurrected. When I went to Baylor McCallie, Ole Miss was there, of course, but Clemson was there with CJ Spiller, the coach. Tennessee was there. Even whether or not you get recruited by all these schools, imagine just the fact that you are there. And these schools are sending coaches to recruit someone, and you maybe are the teammate of one of those someones.